Hello again, everyone. More auction talk, more 45s to get through. Um, a lot of this, some of these, I haven't looked at some of these yet, so it's going to be a blind pull here. Um, First one here is the Undertones. Here Comes the Summer. I am not familiar with this band whatsoever. This came out on 1979 on Sire Records. So Sire was a pretty big label at the time. The back kind of looks like a postcard, so it's kind of cool. More Undertones here. Teenage Kicks. Based on the picture, I'm gonna go punk rockish stuff from the. This came out in '78 on Sire as well, so cool. Check out that. Looks like a lot of undertones coming up here. Beautiful Friend, the Undertones. Side B is Life's Too Easy. None of these. I'm not showing you the records. They're all just pretty much black vinyl. If anything's not, I'll show it to you. But this is on EMI, so this probably came out a little later than the other two. I'm trying to see the copyright date on here. Don't see it. If you know anything about the Undertones, let me know. I have a feeling more is coming. Susie and the Banshees. This came up in one of my other videos. Arabian Nights and Supernatural Thing. I believe that's a cover. Black vinyl, nothing spectacular. Cutouts at the top, so it's not in great shape, but 1981. More Susie and the Banshees. Hong Kong Garden. This one's been beat up quite a bit. This came out in '78. I didn't realize Susie and the Banshees had been around that long. Was never a huge fan, but maybe I'll take a look or take a listen again. The Skids, Goodbye Civilian. This came out in 1980 on Virgin Records, black vinyl. Nothing. I thought that might be a promo, but no, it's just a slightly colored label. I'm not familiar with the Skids either, so I'm gonna guess based on this whole collection, it's 70s or 80s punk rock or new wave, which is cool. Next up, we have a 1979 release. This is the UK Subs. Side B is World War and Rocker. Side A is Stranglehold. This is a punk band from the UK, obviously UK Subs. I'm somewhat familiar with their material. Good stuff, so excited to hear that. More Undertones here. Love Parade. Kind of look like a garage rock type band from the United Kingdom. This came out, I don't know when. I'm going to say early 80s based on the way these guys look. Check out the sweater on this dude here, though. Not very punk rock, but that's all right. Give it a listen. Oh, and by the way, I'm still listening to Blood Incantation in the background. If you can hear that, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. So, Skids, Iona. This came out in '81 on Virgin Records. Know the significance of that painting, but it's kind of a cool looking painting. A lot of different things going on in the background there, so we'll check that out. Next up, we have the Adverts with Gary Gilmore's Eyes and Bored Teenagers. And this 45 has been wrecked. There's some tape on the bottom. I'm not familiar with the Adverts. Based on the artwork, the band name, etc. I'm going to go again with punk rock. This came out on Anchor Records. More Skids. I seem to have found the Skids in the Advert section of this. Fields and Brave Man. Side B, again, don't know much about this band. Came out on Virgin. No record label. Sorry, record label's Virgin, but the date, I'm again going to guess 80s, early 80s. There's no date on the record either, so checking that out. Here we go. Sex Pistols. Pretty vacant on one side and No Fun on the other. Just a black vinyl. I'm a big fan of Pretty Vacant. Came out in 1977. I think Guns N' Roses or Skid Row or somebody like that did a version of Pretty Vacant at one time, I believe. It was actually pretty good. I was kind of surprised. So, more Susie and the Banshees. The Staircase. Is that right? The Staircase. Sorry, I'm trying to show it to you so you can read it. And then 20th Century Boy. This came out on Polydor Records, obviously, Polydor. The Exploited, I believe I already had a copy of this in the previous video. Big fan of The Exploited, though. Anti-Pasti and, what is this? Extracts from the Edinburgh Live Nightclub Sessions, 1981. Picture Waddy there when he was a little younger. I don't know if this is, no, just a black vinyl. Pretty cool, though. Big, huge Exploited fan, so check them out. This is The Members. I never did understand why bands would release something like this. No name, no nothing on the front. If you want to sell your shit, you might want to put your name on the front. But Offshore Banking Business and Solitary Confinement came out in 1978. No idea who they are, but we'll check it out. Sweet Dreams by Elvis Costello and the Attractions. I like some Elvis Costello. I admit I never got too deep into his catalog, but I'm gonna check this one out and maybe dig back into him. I always thought he was kind of different, new wave-ish. Appreciated anyone that was trying to kind of break some boundaries back in these days, so give him another spin. The last one for this video, this is Who Killed Bambi, and what's the other song? I'm not sure, but this is Sex Pistols. Looks like a popcorn thing. I think Silly Thing's the other song. So this is from the Great Rock and Roll Swindle album. So it's kind of cool. Purple label. I don't know if there's any significance to that. But it's kind of cool. The front, this came out in 79, by the way. The front's got, like, talks about ingredients and things like that. So it looks like an actual popcorn thing. And Bambi's got the little safety pin in her ear, kind of like the punk rockers did back in the 70s and 80s. So, Sex Pistols fan, of course. Happy to add this to my collection. So that is the last one for this edition of the auction vinyl haul. I'm going to say there's 2 more videos like this coming. Hopefully we can find some more stuff that I'm familiar with, but hope you guys find something you like here. I'll put some links below. I'll do some research on these bands and put links below so you guys can check them out. So thanks again for watching, guys. Catch you next time.